So speaking on behalf of myself as Goddess Nyx, being GODDESSNYX, and also aptly being named APTLYNICS. My Nyx go both ways. So, do you think that the Continental Congress, the first United States of America, being Northern America, safely within the borderlines of Bethlehem, being below, being north of the equatorial line in the equator, all things then being said equal for the top half of the circle, correct? So we cut it in half, the top half, and then you have the bottom half. So the top half of the circle of White Kingdom all the way around, the American Continental Congress, the first one, it was all White Kingdom representatives from Europe, Western Europe, and Russia. Look at that. Everybody in Mama's grandparents were represented. Thank you. All of the founding fathers. Yes, you are founding fathers. Thank you for your service and patriotism. Kingdom made a note of it and made an art and did artwork to document what we all looked like at Continental Congress and funding from white Western Kingdom Europe, yes, and Russia. So this way all the brothers and sisters from around the top half of the circle that we all call Earth, all of their grandchildren and grandchildren's children in the future would all have a painting of what we were agreeing to be the white meat, the White Kingdom approved meat. Whether you call yourself a chicken, a pig, a rooster, an oink, a turkey, it does not matter the animal. That's what they looked like. Got it? Great. We also have throughout the Renaissance era, thanks to the Venetian painters in Italy, the most beautiful Western European history that matches the Continental Congress families of children. So we never get confused who is placed where in God's kingdom of above the equator, EQUATOR, is our #1 safety and priority for breeding purposes of all the children represented in the paintings, as if I have to put them in order, they would be the top, and then we go down priority from there. Got it? Usually you get a socialite status when you are of breeding quality, where the males actually find you attractive and don't need drugs, drinking, or a bag over your head in order to find you attractive. That's the way that you get a title. Oh my God, it's not just your last name. It's important who you have children with. Got it? Great. Now that we're putting the world back together and building it properly, I mean, I know that you guys have heard these things. I mean, other cultures and other colors around the world have heard these stories. They have them in their history books, because I'm the same person who gives the same instructions everywhere. I say, it's not, you know, I am responsible for taking care of you from my kingdom. I come, I visit, I give you words, I give you stories. If you have a dispute, I'm in your record books as a goddess that traveled however gods travel. Usually you say by gigantic bird. Nowadays, I call 1900s to 1948 and 49 to 1978 crouching tiger and sleeping dragon. I mean, that's what I feel is in the White Kingdom, because you idiots allowed the children from behind the wall to get on the water We told you, you don't even want them to have paddle boards. I'm pretty sure when their kamikaze crazy fucking kook ass got into one of those aeroplanes that you assholes in building birds with wings that kind of go like this and fly, that the facially distorted children are not allowed to earn money or buy or even know exist, right? All those children. Yes, those fucking children that don't belong to the white kingdom allowed to fly. You get this? So those children, when you assholes sold them a boat with cannons, no less, so you had people to kill in stupid fucking uniforms everywhere. But that ties back into the fucking coloreds that made it north enough to, through the panhandle, to cause a problem wanting to get into the army. Here's the thing. You're not dedicated citizens of the White Kingdom. We cannot extend you an arm. You are not allowed in armed service. Period. There's no fucking questions. You are in a leg territory. It is no shit that an arm, right? Hand, mano, H-A-N-D, an arm, look at the muscle, A-R-M, that's the extension, right? That moves from broad to abroad. Look at that. It stays in the hinge of north. Got it? Great. Then there's the leg. Here we are. Ready? Look at that. Can you see the leg? Oh, maybe, right. There's skin. Okay. Look at that. That's a leg. We don't have a leggy. No, there's no military service that's called a leggy. There's a reason for that. Because we don't want the leggies in our army territory that moves. We come to you to service all clientele. But when you move your people into our white kingdom, it makes it difficult for the north all the way around the top in order to communicate properly, because then you idiots start listening in on our conversations and learning our special patented words that mean that we can move things fast, like Air Force One and Mount Rushmore. It would have been nice if you would have rushed more, White Kingdom, and killed all of the fucking enemy, like, coming into your zone. The last Top Gun 7/8, I put it up on Facebook and Instagram. That is the last dog fight and flight. That was Maverick and Iceman working together. Ben's got Tom Cruise nose, really fucking sucks for him, thanks to the Jason Romer that nobody, and the Ottoman Empire, nobody wanted to fucking breed with this life because I belong to Hitman Hitler. Head of IT. He's head of IT. That's who I want to be with in Aliens from Elsewhere. White Kingdom's top breeding couple. That's what we said. One king, one queen. Somebody's got to run the kingdom. It's he and I. Because currently in London, you have a queen with no king. That's the reason why is Hitler doesn't arrive to 1978 and he's the only king on the planet. I'm his wife. We go by God and Goddess, depending on where you are in global security and what your natural language is. Why do I have the fucking black people getting into a North American army and moving and then calling the facially distorted whites, the other children behind the wall that are not wanted, and getting them to work with the colored that aren't even allowed to call themselves an arm of the National Guard. They are legs. There is no unit called a leggy, ever, anywhere throughout time and history. That's because you're not allowed to be in National Guard. The National Guard serves the White Kingdom. Those are ancient Starlaws, and they carry through till the end of time. I'm from the Last Supper, Mary Magdalene. I'm a Christian woman. I know that's why some of you in the Al Sharptongue asshole who likes to fucking take down, like, mouthy whites, which I haven't seen in, like, ages, because of his stupid fucking black ass that was given an ultimatum to get the fuck out with all your fucking people. Otherwise, we're gonna come one by one and execute everybody. Buckshot. Why are you still here, asshole? Why didn't you gather your flock and take them elsewhere like you said you were Moses? You're like a religious guy to your people. You're gonna show them their way home. Great. Shall that be by bullet in the fucking head now in year 2020? Or are you gonna build them a boat there, fucking bozo? I'm just fucking curious. You're taking your fucking time on someone else's watch that you don't own. And then you're sitting there like as if you're entitled to something other than a fucking bullet in the head, dude. So, are we clear on how Kingdom Law was written, for whom, and all the rest of the loud-mouthed, snotty-ass children that want to shut up the white kids and get the white kids' laws to be miswritten, misread? They mistranslated them, they got really loud and mouthy, and then they fucking rewrote the laws. I mean, there is all sorts of shit going on. I mean, I documented it on the way in, but I don't know why any of you fucking white assholes would allow any of this to transpire. And why the fucking pacifist queen with the fucking sucky pacifier going, I don't know what to do. I mean, it just... right, yeah, well, maybe you shouldn't take a crown. I'm just saying, Elizabeth, if you're not gonna fucking be useful, we don't need you in the seat. Cause you're making the fucking queen of the world and the future king look really fucking bad by taking a royal crown that's not fucking yours. And all my people speak English. Watt, Miller, Gunder, Maxwell, who else we got? Cataruza, De Roya, De Flippo. If the arm of my, like, one arm's length grandparent or great-grandparent or relative doesn't speak English, which I know 3/4 of them did, there are other De Flippos, Cataruzas, and De Royas that speak English fluently that are white, non-facially disfigured that would have helped out. I know of it. I met with a couple of them. Gave names, numbers to Catholics and some Protestants, so this way the white people could, like, get a fucking Rushmore move on. So this way we had some, like, stone cold proof, and we didn't have to fucking have the goddess wake up to a world that, like, they shut off the education. There is no learning of astronomy. You don't, in America, in New York State, in my lifetime, I have never taken an astronomy class. They don't talk about the stars, the moon. They don't even talk about the mathematics. The word engineering, I have never heard ever in all of the schooling I have ever done. They do not promote engineering at all in New York. Only like the children that should never learn these sciences. These are the forbidden sciences for anything colored and anything that is facially disfigured white and everything that belongs below the equator. So why is it that all third world nations are learning these things and the white kids that are actual royal descendants of the one true Star Kingdom, why are those children not learning anything? They know nothing about the National Guard. They know nothing about their army. They know nothing about their land laws. They know nothing about their U.S. government. They don't know about U.S. customs. They don't know anything. They don't learn a fucking thing about their country or about Western Europe or Russia in the United States of America, being North America, being the state of New York, being Queens in New York City, and being Long Island, where I grew up in Cold Spring Harbor, Lloyd Harbor area, and Huntington area. You get that? I just want, like Russia, who uses PH as private house on their mailing to distinguish when I'm sending something to a comrade from his family member, Nicole, to his family member, Svetlana, elsewhere, just want to make sure that us as the correct white and cousins know that in America we don't use private house. It's just assumption that everybody lives privately, but or in like a walk up, but then you put a number on the floor. But usually it's not, you know, above 2 or 3 because nobody can really walk that many stairs. I think I told them that in a letter.